For centuries, one mysterious figure has stood at the center of one of the Bible's greatest debates. The servant of the Lord. Who is this servant? Is it one individual? An entire nation? Or someone the prophet deliberately leaves unidentified? To answer that question, we need to begin with the world in which these prophecies were written. Jerusalem had fallen. The temple had been destroyed. Thousands of Judeans had been taken into exile in Babylon. For many, it seemed that Israel's story had come to an end. Then suddenly the prophet announces an astonishing message. God has not abandoned his people. Restoration is coming. The exiles will return home. But throughout these chapters another figure repeatedly appears. The servant of the Lord. The servant is chosen by God. He is called to establish justice. He becomes a light to the nations. He is given a mission that extends far beyond Israel itself. Sometimes the servant speaks like a single individual. He describes his own calling, his own suffering, his own obedience. At other times, however, the servant seems to represent something much larger. The prophet even declares, "You are my servant, Israel, in whom I will be glorified." That verse seems straightforward. The servant is Israel. Yet only a few verses later the servant is described as someone whose mission is to bring Israel back to God. How can Israel restore Israel? That question has puzzled readers for centuries. As the story unfolds, the servant becomes increasingly mysterious. He is rejected, ignored, despised by others. Yet he refuses to answer violence with violence. Instead, he quietly continues his mission. Finally we arrive at Isaiah chapter 53. Here the servant suffers. He is misunderstood. Others assume that his suffering is God's punishment. Only later do they realize they completely misunderstood what they were seeing. The chapter never actually tells us the servant's name. It simply describes his experience. This silence has led to countless interpretations throughout history. Some readers understand the servant as the people of Israel suffering among the nations. Others see a faithful prophet whose life symbolizes the mission of Israel. Still others understand the servant as an individual whose mission reaches beyond his own generation. The remarkable thing is that the text itself never forces only one answer. Instead, it invites the reader to follow the servant's story carefully, allowing each passage to reveal another piece of the puzzle. Perhaps that is exactly why these chapters continue to fascinate readers more than 2,000 years later. The identity of the servant remains one of the Bible's greatest mysteries. But one thing is certain. The servant stands at the very heart of Isaiah's message of hope. A figure called to bring justice, to restore God's people, and to become a light to the nations. The question is, who did Isaiah intend us to see?